Good morning, student. Welcome to my class. Last class we discussed how to find a relation between x-axis and y-axis, and that relation is known as equation of trajectory. And this is very important relation, and this relation which indicate the actual position of a projectile means from x-axis to y-axis. Clear? And we already discussed how to find maximum height attained by a projectile during its motion, and that maximum height h which equal to that was u square sin square theta by 2g. So you have to remember this relation while you are solving different type of problem. It may help how to find maximum height. Now we will start. Time of flight, denoted by capital T. So what is time of flight? We already discussed what is projectile motion means. It is two-dimensional motion, and it is neither x-axis nor y-axis. It is the combination of both one-dimensional along x-axis and one-dimensional along y-axis. It is combination. So suppose if we project a body into space, or you can say if we suppose project a projectile into space with certain initial velocity, suppose this initial velocity u, and at an angle theta, it describe a parabolic path like this. Clear? We already proved this path is a parabola, and here there is a relation, and the relation containing x-axis and y-axis. Clear? Now we have to discuss here what is the time taken by the projectile to remain in space. Remain in space means this is initial case, just leave the projectile, and before hitting the ground, at that time the projectile remain in space means this direction. So we have to find total time taken by the projectile from initial to till hitting the ground, that is known as time of flight T. So if I want to write its relation, so time of flight means it is the total time taken by the projectile to remain in space, and it is denoted by capital T. Clear? Okay. Now we already know this is maximum height, and this is denoted by h, and this total horizontal distance travelled by particle or projectile is known as range, denoted by r. Okay. And if you want to write its component formal, then this component is known as u cos theta, and this is vertical component along y-axis u sin theta. It is denoted by uy, and it is denoted by ux. Clear? So if you want to write the component along x-axis component, and along here y-axis component. So for x-axis, initial velocity ux which equal to u cos theta. Clear? Okay. But acceleration along x-axis, there is no external force along x-axis, so that acceleration along x-axis is 0. So ax equal to 0. If acceleration along x-axis is 0, then velocity remain constant. That means u cos theta always constant throughout the motion. Clear? But while we discuss about along vertical direction means y-axis, here initial velocity uy which value u sin theta, and acceleration along y-axis which minus g, because g always downward direction means this is the direction of g. Clear? We have to find total time taken by the projectile during its motion. So for total time taken, look at this diagram, because while particle moving this direction, the component, or you can say the maximum height or height along y axis. When particle this point, then height will be this much along y axis and this much along x axis. When particle reach this point, then again this is y along y axis and this is x axis. Similarly, when particle reach at maximum point, it travel along y axis and it travel along x axis. Clear? And again particle moving downward direction, again this point, again y decrease, x increase, again y decrease, x increase, y decrease and x decrease. And while before hitting the ground or while hitting the ground, at that time the height attained by the projectile this direction when it moving towards maximum point, and when it moving towards minimum means when it is moving towards ground, at that time its displacement will be like this. So in this case, initial displacement or initial point and final point along same line or same reference line. So here displacement along y axis will be 0. Clear? Displacement along y axis will be 0, but displacement along x axis does not 0. Clear? So we have to use here kinematic relation. Why? Because acceleration along vertical direction is constant quantity. So for convenience to derive the time of flight relation along y axis, we have to take along y axis, we have to use here sy equal to uyt plus 1 by 2 ayt square. And what is sy? Sy means displacement along x axis for total time t, and here displacement, this is displacement y and this is y, plus y, here a minus y, displacement depends on sign convention. So here displacement is 0, so here sy equal to 0. So you can write 0 equal to ut, initial velocity along y axis u sin theta, and what is time t? This t means total time taken by the projectile to remain in space. So here capital T minus 1 by 2 acceleration is here ay, which equal minus g, and this is plus into t means capital T square. Clear? Here negative sign. So now write this equation like this. So u sin theta equal to 1 by 2 gt square. Clear? Sorry, here t and 1t both side cancel, the remaining part you can write sin theta into 2 multiply here 2u sin theta, which equal to gt, and t equal how much? That is 2u sin theta by g. This is the expression for time of flight. Clear? And we already know that when a projectile projected into space, then suppose this is initial velocity, if you project 90 degree means vertical direction, then it will reach maximum height and it will take time t1, and again this is come back to the same position and it will take time t2. Means total time of this motion we can say t equal to t1 plus t2. What is t1? T1 is known as time of ascent, time of ascending, and here t2 means time of descending. So total time can be write ta plus td, time of ascent plus time of descent equal total time. So similarly we can write here for this projectile motion along x axis, this is y axis, throughout the motion this is maximum height h max, where this velocity u cos theta, but along vertical direction we already discussed vy equal to 0 at maximum height. Clear? And suppose this time is known as time of ascent and this time is known as time of descent. So total time equal to time of ascent plus time of descent. We already know that the time of ascent equal to time of descent, that means ta equal to here td. So this equation can be write t equal to how much? That is 2ta you can write, or ta equal to td equal to you can write small t. Clear? So here this is small t, or t equal to t by 2, and t by 2 means this expression we can write here 2u sin theta by 2g, and 2 cancel, sorry Okay, this is 1 by 2, so 2 cancel is here. Then time of ascent, time of descent, which equal to u sin theta by g. This is final expression. Clear? So you have to remember this expression. What is the expression for time of flight, and how can we find the expression for time of flight and time of ascent and time of descent? Clear? So this is the mathematical calculation or expression for time of flight when a projectile proceeded into space. Clear? So we get two relation: time of flight, total time t equal to 2u sin theta by g. Okay, now we have to find horizontal range. So what is horizontal range? So during this motion, again we have to find horizontal range or horizontal distance, or you can simply write range, horizontal range, and it denoted by capital R. Clear? So in this case, y-axis, this is x-axis is here. Suppose particle projected into space with initial speed u at an angle theta from the ground level, and this is the path of the projectile is parabolic, and for total path it will take time t, time of flight, and at that time it will attain a maximum height along y-axis. This is maximum height h. At this point its velocity this direction means u cos theta, because if it resolve into two rectangular component, this component is known as ux means u cos theta, and along y-axis this component, how much, that is uy, which equal to u sin theta. Clear? And the vertical component decrease gradually, and maximum height, its final velocity along y-axis is 0, but along x-axis is constant. Why? Because this direction acceleration is 0. Clear? Okay. Now we have to find what is horizontal range. It is the distance, it is the horizontal distance, it is the total horizontal distance travel by the projectile during its motion. During its motion means this is the motion of the projectile, and it will travel horizontal distance means this distance is known as range. This is maximum height, this is time of flight, and this is known as range, denoted by capital R. Clear? So here we have to find expression for range. So in this case again you have to write here x-axis, this is for y-axis, along x-axis ux equal to u cos theta along this direction. Clear? But along y direction, that is uy equal to u sin theta. Similarly here acceleration along x-axis is 0, but acceleration along y-axis minus g. Clear? Okay. Here acceleration is constant quantity, but along horizontal direction acceleration is 0. Acceleration is 0 means this 0 also constant means 0. Then we have to use here kinematic relation. Now for along x-axis, the horizontal range can be write or by using kinematic relation Sx equal to ut plus 1 by 2 axt square. T means the horizontal distance travelled by the particle or projectile during its time of flight or during its motion, and time of flight is here t equal to 2u sin theta by g. Clear? So Sx I am writing this direction, so this is r, so I am writing here r equal to ut initial u cos theta into t means total time of flight, this is known as range. So total time of flight, how much? Here 2u sin theta, 2u sin theta by g plus 1 by 2 ax acceleration 0 into t square. Clear? Now solve this relation. So r equal to how much? U square. Then we can write 2u square cos sine, that is sin theta into cos theta divided by g plus 0. And if you solve this relation, trigonometry relation, is here u square into 2 sin theta into cos theta divided by g. This is trigonometry identity. 2 sin theta into cos theta equal to sin 2 theta, the formula of sin 2 theta. So we can write range equal u square, here sin 2 theta divided by g. Clear? This is known as the range of the projectile during its motion, or you can say this is the maximum horizontal distance covered by the projectile during its total time of flight t. Clear? So you have to remember this relation. Question may ask in your council examination, for which condition or what angle the horizontal range of the projectile should be maximum. Clear? This value will be maximum. So in this case, for r tends to be r maximum, range will be maximum at that time, because this range depends on sin theta. When the value of 2 theta, when the value of sin 2 theta, when the value of sin 2 theta will be 1, when the value of sin 2 theta will be 1, because this is minimum value 0, the sin theta value lies 0, 2 plus 1. So in this case, when theta equal to, sin 2 theta equal to 1, then we get maximum value. So if we use here sin 2 theta equal to 1, then range will be maximum, and sin 2 theta equal to 1 means its value how much? And we already know 1 means sin 90, the value of sin 90 equal to 1. So 2 theta which equal to 90 degree here. Clear? Or theta equal to 45 degree. It means that if we project a projectile into space with some initial velocity u at an angle 45 degree, then it will travel a maximum range. Then this range will be here maximum. Clear? So for maximum range, this range maximum, so r max equal to how much? U square sin u square into here 1, this value is 1 divided by g, or u square by g is known as maximum range. Clear? Okay. If this is maximum range, question may ask here, for maximum range, what will be the maximum vertical distance attained by the projectile during its maximum range? So this is known as maximum distance, maximum vertical distance, or maximum vertical height. So how can we maximum vertical height? Because we already project this particle at an angle theta equal to 45 degree. So here theta is known as 45 degree. Then we have to find here this maximum height, because the formula h equal to u square sin square theta by 2g, u square sin square theta by 2g, u square sin square theta by 2g, and theta is here 45 degrees. So we can write u square sin 45 degree its whole square divided by 2g, and h equal to how much? Sin 45 degree 1 by root 2 and its square by 2g. Then how much? Here u square into 1 by 2 root 2 means 2 divided by 2g. Then answer will be how much? That is u square divided by 4g. So h max, this is h max. So h max equal to how much? That is 1 by 4 times u square by g. But here u square by g equal to r max. So we have to write a relation between maximum height and maximum range equal 1 by 4 times here r max. Clear? So you have to remember this relation. So for maximum range, then maximum height will be 1 by 4 times maximum range. Clear? This is another one important relation. Now next start. So I am writing here this relation r range. This is 3 important formula. U square sin 2 theta by g. This is third relation. Now we have to find instantaneous velocity. So what is the meaning of instantaneous velocity? Instantaneous velocity means it is the velocity of a projectile at a particular instant of time. So we have to find the expression for it. Instantaneous velocity of a projectile. Okay, so first important thing is here. First we have to draw the clear diagram. So this is projectile motion means y axis, and here this is x. Y axis projected into space with initial velocity u. It describes a parabolic path like this and projected angle theta. Clear? This is known as maximum range or range. This is maximum height. Total time t is here. Okay. If we draw its two rectangular component, and this component along x axis can be write ux and its value u cos theta, but along y axis this value uy. This is initial velocity along y axis u sin theta. Clear? Okay. But we have to find here what is the instantaneous velocity of a particle at a particular instant of time. Suppose this total time from initial point to final point, it will take suppose 4 seconds. Suppose, then question may ask, what will be its velocity when time t equal to 1 second? Clear? After 1 second, find instantaneous velocity of the projectile. After 1 second means this is maximum time, maximum height. So at that time this is 2 seconds and 2 seconds equal to 4 seconds. So for 1 second, suppose particle at this point. Clear? So in this point we have to find instantaneous velocity means first we have to draw here tangent. This tangent give the direction of instantaneous velocity at a particular time. Clear? And time, particular time is here t, this time t. Clear? At this point, first we have to draw two rectangular component here. Clear? Suppose here this component is this is velocity v, because initial velocity u here, final velocity v. Why? Because we already discussed here acceleration always downward direction, so speed decrease. But along x axis, along this direction, if you write here along x axis ux equal to u cos theta, and ax how much? Ax equal to 0. Acceleration 0 means initial velocity equal to final velocity along x axis, that is u cos theta. Similarly along y axis you can write for y axis uy equal to u sin theta. Acceleration does not equal to 0, its value minus g, and constant, this value is constant. Clear? Okay. If acceleration constant, then velocity of the particle decrease or increase, but this direction is downward direction and velocity which is upward direction, so velocity must be decrease, gradually decrease. So with that here the velocity is final velocity Vy. Clear? And final velocity will be Vy equal to how much? V equal to u plus at, we have already formula. Then V equal to u plus at. Clear? Means this point, at this point, this is velocity along x-axis. I am writing Vx, and at this point, and this velocity along y-axis, this is Vy. Clear? So if you complete complete the parallelogram, then this will be resultant vector. Clear? Okay. For instantaneous velocity, we find here this instantaneous velocity v vector. So v vector is the combination of this vector plus this vector equal to this vector by using triangle law of vector addition or parallelogram law of vector addition. So this v vector can be written at this time t, or this is known as instantaneous velocity because this is particular instant of time. So this velocity equal to along x-axis plus y-axis equal to resultant. So we can write here vx vector plus how much along y-axis, and you can write here vy vector. And if you want to write magnitude of this vector, so v vector magnitude equal to how much? That is vx square vy square plus 2vx vy plus 2vx vy cos theta. What is theta? Theta is angle between two vector. This angle is theta, means 90 degree here. So we have to use here cos 90, and this total value will be 0 under root. Then we have to find here vx square plus vy square. So in this case, first we have to find what is vy, velocity along y-axis after time t, because this is initial velocity. Velocity decrease along y-axis because acceleration downward direction. So vy, this velocity equal to vy equal to u y a y t. So here uy means initial velocity u sin theta. You can write here u sin theta minus ay equal to minus g is here into time, means this time. At a time, this is not total time, at a particular time, this time, suppose 1 second. So you have to write here this is t. Then we get the value here vy. This is vy. So vy equal to u sin theta minus g, but here vx is u cos theta. Now you have to use this two relation here. So vx will be u cos theta, means here u square cos square theta plus vy is here u sin theta minus gt and its whole square, like this. Clear? So here this is the final expression for instantaneous velocity. So you can solve this relation. If you solve this relation, then you will get the instantaneous velocity expression. Clear? So this is final expression for instantaneous velocity. If we use time t equal to 1 and projected angle, initial velocity, so you can find the instantaneous velocity at a particular instant of time. So this is final expression for instantaneous velocity. Clear? Okay. And here question may ask, when time t equal to 1 second, find instantaneous velocity and find the direction of instantaneous velocity with x-axis. So here this is known as the direction of this resultant vector. Suppose this angle I am taking here, this angle is phi. This angle. Clear? So here this is resultant vector v vector, and this is vx, here this is vy, and this angle is phi. So how can we find this phi? Because this angle is 90 degrees. So for simply we can write tan phi. Tan phi equal to perpendicular upon base, or you can use tan alpha equal to b sin theta by a plus b cos theta by using parallelogram law of vector addition. Clear? So here p by b, perpendicular upon base. If this angle theta, then this is base and this is perpendicular. Always you have to write magnitude. Why? Because we cannot divide two vector quantity. So always you have to use magnitude. So p vector is vx is here, that is Vx, sorry, this is Vy. So along P, sorry, this is P and B, P is Vx, sorry, Vy divided by Vx. And what is Vy? The value of Vy, u sin theta minus gt, u sin theta minus gt divided by how much? Divided by Vx, and Vx is your u cos theta, u cos theta. Clear? Or you can solve this relation, then you can find the direction phi equal to how much? That is tan inverse u sin theta minus gt divided by u cos theta. This is final expression or direction of instantaneous velocity at this particular instant of time. Clear? So you have to remember this expression, how to calculate instantaneous velocity and how to calculate range, how to calculate the time of flight. Clear? Okay. So next start, what will be the range of projectile if we project for two complementary angle? So what is the meaning of complementary angle? Complementary angle means if we add two angle, then the addition of two angle must be how much? 90 degree. Means if you add two angle is here, suppose theta 1 plus theta 2 will be 90 degree, then we can say theta 1 and theta 2 are complementary angle. Complementary angle. Clear? So here we have to discuss for two complementary angle. For two complementary angle, range will be equal, or you can write heading same range for two complementary angle. Same range for two complementary angle. Clear? Okay. So in this case, two complementary angle means one theta 1 and another is theta 2. Clear? So here suppose first one is theta 1, I am writing here case 1. Case 1 means when we project a projectile into space with initial velocity suppose u at an angle theta with positive x axis. So in this case, what will be range? This is the range r, that is I am writing here r theta when we project at an angle theta. So in this case the range can be write r theta, and the formula of range u square sin 2 theta by g, u square sin 2 theta by g. This is expression 1. So what is complementary angle? Because theta 1 plus theta 2 equal to 90, but we already discussed here first angle is theta. So theta plus theta 2 equal to 90. Then what is theta 2? Theta 2 equal to how much? That is 90 minus theta. So if we take case 2, if we project a projectile into space, this is x axis, y axis, same initial velocity u is here also, but there is two different angle, and this angle is here, that is theta 2, and theta 2 is here 90 minus theta. Clear? So theta 2 equal to 90 minus theta, and at that time it will travel a maximum horizontal distance along x axis, and that is known as range, and here 90 minus theta. Clear? So how can we find this range? The formula of range 90 minus theta equal to u square, because initial velocity equal here, so u square sine 2 theta, u square sine 2 theta, theta is here theta 2, or you can write here sine 2 theta 2 divided by g. And if you solve this relation, then u square sine 2 theta 2 is your 90 minus theta divided by the angle g. Or if you solve this relation, u square, that is sine 2 into 90 means 180 degree minus how much, minus 2 theta divided by g. Clear? But sine 180 minus theta, 180 minus theta means it lies in second quadrant, and in second quadrant only sine functions are positive and all the trigonometric functions are negative. And again, if you subtract the value 180 minus theta, then the value not change means sine function can be write with sine function, means we can write the value of sine 180 minus theta. I am writing here. So r 90 minus theta equal to u square, this value sine 180 minus theta equal to how much, that is sine theta, and theta is 2 theta divided by g. This is equation number 2. So now comparing equation 1 and 2, if you compare these two relation, equation 1 and equation 2, now comparing equation 1 and equation 2, we can write u square sine 2 theta by g, and here u square sine 2 theta by g. Left hand side are equal, means right hand side are must be equal. So we can write here r theta equal to r 90 minus theta. Clear? So we can write here for two complementary angle, we get same horizontal range. Clear? So suppose if we take one example here, if we project a projectile into space, x axis here, y axis, initial velocity u at an angle theta, suppose 30 degree. Clear? And if we project this angle 30 degree, then suppose this is horizontal range is here r1, then question may ask here, find a angle of projection which projected into space at that time we get the same horizontal range, suppose r1. At that time we have to write for complementary angle. What is complementary angle? Theta 1 plus theta 2 equal to 90, and theta 1 is here 30 degree plus theta 2 equal to 90. So theta 2 equal to how much? That is 60 degree. So in this case, if we project this projectile y into space with initial velocity u, but this angle should be 30 degree. At that time we get this horizontal range also r1, means these two horizontal range will be equal. Clear? Again, if we project 45 degree, then another angle should be how much? That is 45 degree. Or if one is 50 degree suppose, then another one will be 40 degree. If one 20 degree, then another one will be 70. That means the sum of two angle must be 90 degree, and that angle is known as complementary angle. Clear? So dear student, this is all about your how to calculate range, time of flight, and instantaneous velocity of a projectile. Clear? So you have to remember all the concept, and by using this concept you can solve projectile motion. Clear? Thank you all.